Hello, Jodie.
Hello.
So introduce yourself, Jodie. Who are you? Who is Jodie?
I'm Jodie. I'm a wedding photographer. Yep, that's me.
That's you. Okay, great. End of the episode. Thanks so much for coming on. So, Jodie, who are you? Jodie who? Tell us, who you are.
I'm Jodie Hurd Photography.
Yeah.
I've been photographing weddings for 15 years now, so a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And still love it as much as when you started 15 years ago?
Yes, I do. I do love it very, very much. Photography's always been my thing, and people and their faces, and yeah.
What's your absolute favourite thing about the job?
I think the happiness a wedding is. Like, there's so much in the news that's negative.
Yeah.
It's all quite depressing. But wedding days, you hear the best about people.
Yeah.
And that warm fuzzy feeling I get.
Yeah, it is good. It's like
We do also hear the worst.
Yeah, we do get that side too, but that's the best.
Yeah,
bit.
it's love, isn't it? I think we're just all suckers for love.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
what it is.
Yeah,
Definite.
yeah. It's like speeches for me. I love speeches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the best bit.
Yeah, people say things to each other that they don't on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
true.
That's always why I say to people, write your own vows, because how often do you actually get to stand there and say those things about each other to each other?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a celebrant of funerals too, and I see a lot of love there.
Yeah.
And actually, I think,
too
well, can't people share that on the wedding day too? So I do think vows and, like you say, speeches and things like that are really, really special.
Yeah.
So I think as well, something that we spoke about like before we started recording, you like to really make people feel comfortable. Is that kind of something that you think your style of photography lends itself to? Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my approach is very natural in the moment. My main goal is always that couples feel completely relaxed on their wedding day.
Yeah.
It's quite an anxious day. So in the morning, my priority is always to make sure the bride's nice and relaxed as she goes into a ceremony, nice and calm. And that filters through into the photos. So if the couple are having the best time ever, the photos will reflect that.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? Like, what's your
some
techniques?
Top tips.
We need a bit of Jodie Zen in our lives.
Yeah.
Just chatting to them through the whole process of the day. I think it's that trust element as well. The couples know that I've got their back and that they can kind of relax into it, knowing that if anything is going to flare up, I've got them.
Yeah.
When I walk into the ceremony room, the groom is always stood there completely nervous.
Do you think they're worse sometimes on a day than a bride? More nervous?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the bride's busy all morning,
Yeah,
having hair and
that's
makeup
true.
done, and her girls around her. Guys rock up, and all the guests are arriving. Oh, how are you feeling? Like, you know, and for them, they're stood there every time. It's like, oh, I'm okay. And then after a while, you can see
You're
it's like,
I'm not okay.
Actually, I'm far from okay.
Yeah, like, should I not be okay?
Yeah.
Like, people kind of second guess themselves, don't they, if there's somebody waiting?
Yeah, and then they're stood at the front of the ceremony room with everybody watching them, and they're waiting. So when I go in, I always have a chat with them and reassure them that the ceremony's not going to start until you arrive and the registrars are there or celebrant.
Yeah.
That's the clue. It's about to happen. Whereas before, they're just stood there on their own looking absolutely petrified. So it's guiding them through that, helps them relax into it more, and they trust me more, and you kind of get better results that way.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something at the start of the ceremony. Like, I'll say if I have got a groom, who's waiting for their bride or their groom or whoever, I'll actually say to them, right, let's just go over to the side. I'll make it look like we're talking about something official, when actually, like you say, we're just having a chat to get them out of the limelight.
Yeah.
And I'll say to them, look,
That's
I'm not
nice.
actually going to come back to the middle to wait with you until I know that they are ready to
start.
go and we're ready to start. Because
Yeah.
the minute we stand in the middle, everyone goes quiet, everyone's staring. And the amount of times I've had to be like, it's all right, guys, keep talking amongst yourselves,
Or a song stops.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone goes quiet.
Yeah, exactly. It is, like you say, it's that moment of talking people through it. So how important do you think it is that couples meet their photographer before the wedding day?
I think it's hard. I think it's important. Like, I think most photographers do have like a chat before the wedding, but when it comes to booking, I think you can get a lot from people's social gather, whether you're going to be comfortable with them, depends how good their marketing material is, all the information they send you and that sort of stuff. But you are going to spend pretty much your whole day with your photographer. Like, they're going to be in your space for like 10 hours of the day.
Yeah.
So you really need to feel comfortable with that person.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
What do you think people should look for when they're trying to work out? Is it just somebody that they like, they get a good energy from?
Yeah, that they're comfortable with, like a mate.
Yeah.
That they can be honest with, and if they're not comfortable, they can say, oh, I don't want to do that, Jodie, or so I definitely feel I would say, like with venues, when you go to a venue, if you feel like you can sit there and have a cup of tea and you're nice and chilled, that's the venue
that's
for
a
you.
good tip.
So it's the same with photography. If you feel like, I could hang out with this person, and that person's going to get on with your friends and family as well, because the photographer's got to get the best out of, the immediate family as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is the thing, because you guys, the planners, you're there literally with them right from the start of the day until the very end. So it does need to be somebody that you definitely gel with. And what about engagement shoots? Do you think they're important? Do people still like to do those?
Did you do one, Laura?
Yeah, we did one.
See, we didn't.
See, we did ours because our photographer was actually from London, even though we got married in like Hertfordshire. But we had never met him. But again, we found him online, really loved his photography. And so, because he was like a street photographer rather than a wedding photographer. So we went and met up with him. And then as part of that, we did an engagement shoot, just walked around London and he took photos. But I think it was like good practice for us to get used to somebody being there taking photos of us while we were just trying to be natural. So I don't think you can ever be fully natural with someone with a camera. No. It's like, everyone do that fake laugh.
See, we didn't, but I think he didn't. I think we had to pay extra, and we lived like miles away, and we were like, it's just going to be right faff to try to get there to do it. And we'd already met him at a friend's wedding.
That's good.
So we knew it, but that's why we didn't really. But I kind of wish we had now.
Yeah, I do think. I think number one, it helped because then on the wedding day when we went off to do couple shots, it was like, okay, we kind of get what he's going to want us to do here. And we kind of felt a bit more relaxed with that. But number two, we've got those really nice engagement photos, which some of them we put up at the wedding.
Nice.
And like our guest sign-in frame that's now got a photo of the wedding in, did have a photo of our engagement shoot.
Do you love that, seeing your images at like the wedding from like the engagement shoot?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely love it.
It's like they're showing off. They're like proud mum.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Engagement shoots are definitely worth it, particularly if you're nervous.
Yeah.
Like it's good to approach your photographer like in the off season. So now I've got quite a few engagement shoots coming up before kind of peak season kicks off. But they're good to do just to meet up, and then at the end you can have a coffee and a chat and things like that. So you do build that relationship more with your photographer. Obviously, the more time you spend with them and stuff.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
They're definitely worth it.
When would you recommend doing them? How soon before the wedding?
It varies. Some people like to do it like a year before, so that it's quite separate from the wedding.
Yeah.
Others like to do it nearer, so it's more the practice element.
Yeah.
So it varies couple to couple. So it's personal preference.
And
really.
like you say, off season, I guess, is better for you.
Obviously, because then you've got the time to kind of edit the images and get them back. And whereas peak season can be a bit chaotic.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what about if people maybe haven't had that engagement shoot, so they don't know what to expect on the actual day? How do you like help a couple feel relaxed, like feel chilled for their couple shots?
So I guide all my couples through. As much as the images look natural, they're very much guided.
Yes.
It's more about setting up the backdrop and the lighting. So I always start with movement. Everyone can walk and talk and smile at each other. So movement relaxes the body a lot.
Yeah.
I guess people think because it's a still image that they have to be like static to have it taken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true, actually.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I kind of don't associate like movement with it, with having photographs done. I guess it gets it more natural then, doesn't it? More candid.
Yeah. So like some venues I like to do like super wide shots to start with. So I'm not like starting like really close up in their face.
Yeah.
Kind of ease them into it. So nice wide shots with the venue with them quite far away.
Oh, that's nice.
And then slowly work towards getting closer. So by the end of it, I'm doing more kind of upper body shots. But lots of movement definitely relaxes people. And I've got some prompts and things I do to get them laughing and joking. So I always say to like couples like, I say to the guy, like, whisper 3 things in your wife's ear that you love about her.
That's nice. Not like, what's your favourite vegetable?
Well, sometimes people... Sometimes people do. I have had one groom, he misheard, and he whispered 3 things he loved. So he whispered... Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then he was like, Robot Hoover.
Robot Hoover, that is a good one. I still got to get one of those.
I do love my that was my push present to myself. And I love it. It just gets everything up.
Oh, I'm so getting one. Yeah, so he then so he said those things
Yeah,
instead of saying what he loves.
Yeah,
so
but then that still got them laughing.
Yeah,
you know.
Was she like, no, you're wrong?
Yeah, she's like,
she's
no,
like,
3
what?
things about me, not that you love. And he was like, oh, sorry. So it's still got that.
Yeah,
like,
it's still good fun.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I think that's the thing, like you say, because it's just them being comfortable around each other. You can then prompt that and guide them into that. Because I think people do worry, don't they, when it comes to couple shots, if they're shy. They might be like, oh, yeah, we're not really going to want many of them. And actually, it's like, no, they are the ones that you love.
Yeah, they're the best ones.
Yeah, the whole day is the storytelling. But those are the ones you are going to frame, and put on their images on their own. They're the ones you're going to frame and put up at home.
What's some top tips for like rounding up the troops for group photos?
Do
you have a megaphone?
Is it, Jodie?
Yeah.
I always tend to do group shots near the bar.
Oh, that's a good
idea.
Because that's where everyone is.
That's a great idea. It's so true. Yeah, because if you're going off outside, everyone's like, oh, no, sorry, we've got to go and find them. There's always one that you've got to go and find.
Yeah. So I try and do it. I normally, after the ceremony, I leave it about 15, 20 minutes. I kind of keep an eye. Once the bride and groom have kind of greeted everyone.
Yeah.
I do the groups just before everyone either hits the bar after like their welcome drink,
or
before they just start to sit down. Because once people go to the bar and sit down,
that's it. Game over.
Like it takes, it is. It takes so much longer.
Yeah.
So that's the sweet spot for me. It's like the couple have said hello to most people.
Yeah, that's good.
And people aren't settled. So you still kind of have everyone together, and then you can still grab it and try and do it as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
and then one thing I always see on a wedding morning is the photographer asks for details for the wedding day. What bits would you recommend that they got out? Because I think it varies from wedding to wedding.
Oh, yeah.
But no one ever has them like organised
together.
No.
Yeah.
And it's normally mid-hair. They're like, oh, so my shoes are over there and my perfume's here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
It's a shot like that. It's nice to have, but a photographer doesn't want to spend 20 minutes
trying
to get you.
Because
then you miss other moments happening. So I would say to brides, put it all in a shoebox. So like your shoes, jewelry, perfume, invitation, lipstick, like any ribbons or anything like something a pop of colour, so something from your day, like
that's nice.
And then ideally something from the florist, but that can't always be done. If I see a florist setting up at the venue, I'll say, have you got a sprig of something I can use?
Nice.
But that always adds a really nice touch as well. So but yeah, in terms of that, I always say to brides, put that all together anyway. Chuck your pants in it as well. I won't photograph those.
Unless you wanted to.
But
that's
then
just for your partner.
Then like everything's together on the day. So that like your dress and that box, if you lose everything else, those two will get you dressed.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's true.
Yeah, you're sorted. That is really good. Yeah, what do you think for those detail shots? Like, is there any tips you think on things that people need to think about, or just ticking off those bits, really?
Just those. I definitely think like the ribbon adds some softness to it, and the flowers. Jewelry boxes as well can look a little bit chunky in the shots.
Yeah.
I once had a photographer say that she didn't do a lipstick. I think it was a Charlotte Tilbury as well, because it literally looked like a bullet vibrator.
Yes. See, stuff like that you would be like,
yes.
I was like, oh yeah. So it does.
Maybe not. I love the shot of the shoes though. I always think of shoe photos also.
Yeah, good shoes.
Yeah,
You've definitely got to get a shot if they're really good shoes.
Are we loving the new Birkenstock range?
Oh yeah, what do you think?
Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
I'll show you.
I do. I wear Birkenstocks.
Do you?
I think you'd be in on it then.
Oh really?
Yeah, Katie loves them because Katie's a Birkenstock fan. There's new Birkenstock bridal wear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you grab my phone? Sorry, but I've got a sleeping child on my arm.
He's fast asleep. There's me trying to do Face ID. It ain't gonna work.
Let's see what you think.
I wear them all day in the summer.
Yeah, same.
That's what Kate was saying.
It's like the only thing. Here we go.
Oh, most people go Crocs. Is this for day or evening?
I don't know.
You don't know what
they were wearing them with wedding dresses on the runway.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bridal, but I said I think more honeymoon.
I'm not a fan of those ones.
No.
They've got like florals. But yeah, I think they're
got
cute.
A full range.
Yeah.
Do you get many people when they do their detail shot, they've got like really unusual shoes, or does it tend to be like a statement heel or what?
Tends to be just the tradition. You get some brides who go just the traditional slightly less expensive because they know they're going to get trashed. I don't really care about the shoe.
New Look are quite, and like June and places like that are quite good, aren't they? High Street.
Yeah, and then you get other people who go like designer.
Yeah,
and the shoe is like massive.
Lubies.
Massive part of their
They're
look.
so uncomfortable though.
Have you ever had anyone with the blue Carrie Bradshaw shoes? Was there something
in
blue?
white?
I love them.
Ooh.
I didn't have them in blue.
Yeah, the Manolos.
Yes,
but
I photographed the hell out of those.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I bet you did. They're a beautiful shoe.
I had burgundy Carvellas.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, they're actually pretty comfortable for designer.
Yeah, mine were Kurt Geiger. That's the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not a shoe person, but what's the one with the red bottom?
Louboutins.
Louis. Yeah.
They are probably the most uncomfortable shoes I've seen brides wear.
Yeah.
They like by the end of photos, the brides are
they're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Get
they're
these off.
so painful. I think.
Then they need the Birkenstocks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And what's your favourite part of the day to photograph?
Oh, that's really hard. I do. Oh,
I know you love speeches.
I do love speeches,
but what about photographing them?
Yeah, probably. Oh, I don't know. Probably still speeches. It's the emotions for me.
And do you do like where you're taking some of the speaker and then some like around the room? Do you love capturing?
Oh yeah, it's the reactions. Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, it's special moments between dads and daughters. Since I've become a parent, you see a wedding from a different side.
Mm-hmm.
So, when dads talk about their daughters, it gets me.
Oh my God.
But yeah, speeches are definitely, confetti is also a special moment, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's good fun. Okay, what do you like, what are your tips for confetti then? For the best confetti shots?
I know not a lot of venues like it anymore. Paper.
Yeah.
It flutters down beautifully.
Oh, so much better. You can get the biodegradable paper though, can't you?
Yeah, but some venues don't like it.
No, still not.
The tidy up, it's quite big and chunky.
Yeah.
But yeah, that flutters down. You can do like
the cannons.
The cannons
cool,
are really good as well. Like if you have two of those,
nice.
That really
goes.
Looks great for the photos.
Yeah, more is better. Although I did one wedding, they had the paper and they had it a lot, and it got to the point I couldn't even see the couple.
Oh God!
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
like for them, the experience. But I was like I'm just shooting.
I can't see. I'm just gonna wait like 10 seconds for it to like drop.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, the look and for them, the moment, I must have been so magical
fun.
being in amongst it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on smoke bombs?
Are they done?
I think that I don't know. I think they might be done.
Yeah.
I've not had a bad experience. We did it once, and one bridesmaid was shouting, "I'm burning, I'm burning."
Oh God!
And not a bad experience.
But she genuinely did. Like a bit went down her top.
Oh my God!
And it like marked her skin.
No,
they're live fireworks.
Yeah,
they are. You are.
Are they? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's that reaction.
Oh my God!
I say to people, you're about to hold a live firework.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, then
don't do it.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, one photographer I know showed me images. Or was he a videographer? I can't remember, but he showed me one exploded in someone's hand. That's
my God.
So as great as they look, I'm a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
It's like sparklers as well. Like drunk people with sparklers, I can imagine it's like savage.
Fun.
The thing for sparklers as well, I think, is it's trying to keep them all staying lit enough to get the couple down and get the photos.
You need long ones, don't you? You can't do like the short,
they're just
stumpy ones.
Yeah, if they're not long enough, you run out of time. And then if you're doing a tunnel,
yeah,
and some at that end, and you know what sparklers are like, they don't always light first time. So if some people have got theirs lit and then others haven't, by the time the couple make it down, they don't.
You need like a fire pit
to
do them all in and then quickly pass
some
them
venues
out.
Come out with like the blow torches they use in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of
do them like in a that's
a good idea. Oh, that'd be a fun job.
Yeah.
I'd love to go down with a blowtorch.
But again, it's still quite scary giving drunk people
fire.
Yeah. Do all this when you're sober.
I'm walking backwards through the tunnel of fire.
Have you ever like stacked it going backwards?
Oh yeah. Not sparklers. Confetti, I have. Yeah. And in that moment, it saved myself all the cameras.
Oh, yeah. What did you choose?
I shaved the cameras.
Oh,
my God.
Great fun in front of everybody. You're just like, yeah, I'm okay. Carry on.
Got the shot.
Yeah. I committed. You can see it in the couple's face as you're about to go down. They're like, oh, Jodie. And you're like, oh, too late. I'm gone.
And what about, have you got like one photo that you remember forever that you've taken that you're like really proud of?
I don't know. There's so many. There's so many. I think from every wedding, there's a couple of shots that mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tricky to pick just one.
What's your favourite venue to photograph?
Oh.
And we're spoilt for choice here in the Cotswolds, aren't we?
Loads of people ask me that. The wedding fairs, couples always say like, "Oh, what's your favourite venue?" But it's people.
Yeah.
We could be anywhere, and as long as the people are having a good time, that's what I'm there for.
And I guess lighting and stuff to a certain degree you can edit, but you can edit like if the people are having an amazing time, the lighting's not quite right. At least you've got that, captured that image, and you can kind of tweak it.
Yeah, lighting definitely has a factor, but as like a whole set, and telling the story of the day, if the people are just not having fun, then.
Yeah,
but that starts with the couple, right? Doesn't it? Like,
that's
the thing. I saw this TikTok the other day that was like, literally, you are going to set the vibes for your whole day.
It's so true.
So if you're loving it and you're having fun, all your guests will. Whereas if you're feeling nervous or you're annoyed that one of the flowers didn't look right or the canapes were brought out 5 minutes late, then everyone's going to feel like that. And that, I think, is so true, isn't it? They really dictate the energy of the day, the couple do.
I always say this to them at bridal prep. I'm like, honestly, it goes so quick, but you need to enjoy it. Like, please don't stress. Like, you are the vibe. Like, everyone picks up on it.
Yeah.
On a morning, like, you can just tell if they're off, but normally it's somebody else. It's like a bride or a mum.
When we go in the morning, we bring the vibe as well. It's important that hair and makeup and photographer arrive with that energy and keep timings on
a time,
because that stresses brides out so much. And
massively. I always bring my speaker. That's one thing that's in my kit.
Yeah,
it comes out every wedding.
Wedding morning playlist.
A couple of wedding morning playlists. Because even if they're not prepared with it, I'm like, no, I'm bringing the vibes. Like, what vibe do you want? Chill? Do you want party?
Yeah.
But you can normally tell, can't you? It's normally like a mum or something that I think with mums as well, they take on all of their worry and the fear from that bride or newlywed. They just absorb it all.
They want it to be perfect. So many times I'm saying to the mum, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, don't stress. Like, you've got to relax. Otherwise, you're going to regret.
They put too much pressure on themselves to like make sure it's okay for the newlywed, don't they? So
yeah, I do feel sorry for the mums in the morning.
Yeah.
They always seem more
and they kind of
stressed.
get like almost pushed aside a bit because everything else is happening around. Like, the amount of times I'm like, just want to go and give like them a little cuddle. I'm like, you're like, it's okay. Like, you're all right. Like, it will be fine. So
especially before the ceremony, I see them sat there because they're done. Like,
they're done. Makeup's on. They're like, what can I do?
Yeah,
what can I do?
They're sat there just as nervous. Yeah, like, if not more.
And then they go off, don't they, before the bride and stuff, or the newlyweds leave. So they've like gone and they're like, bye. And they're like leaving them to do.
There.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about before we started recording, like as mums, that like overwhelming urge to fix.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do on the wedding day.
Yeah.
Like if you
they
think
want to take all the stress away and absorb it themselves. But it's a special day for the parents.
And the minute we've all had kids, I mean, all of ours are children literally still in primary school, I think, are yours as well. Like our kids are all tiny, but we can probably all still be like, oh my God, imagine when they get married. Like, whenever I see, because I've got 2 boys, and whenever I see boys on a wedding day with their mom, I'm the same. I get so teary and so emotional.
I get that with dads. The first look with dads. Now having a girl, I'm like, oh my God, Scarlett's going to get that one day. And Tom's going to like walk in and it's going to be a moment.
Like in that ceremony space where you might be waiting one day with Jasper. Like, it's just so lush. So that is the thing. I think it is such a big thing that they've probably been thinking about for years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before their their son, their daughter even met their partner.
Yeah.
They've been thinking about that since they were kids.
So they take on all the stress. I think mothers of the groom as well, I think it's harder for them because they normally like they have less input leading up to it. And there's so much focus on the bride. So I do always have a special spot for them because I do feel in a way they're letting go more than the mum.
What's that saying? You have a girl, is it a girl for the rest of your life or a son? I can't think what the saying is.
Yeah, there's a
son until he gets a wife or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like rhymes, doesn't it? I can't remember what it is.
Some little rhyme.
Yeah. No, I've definitely heard that where it's you do have to let go more when it's a boy.
Yeah, definitely.
And what are your thoughts on shot lists?
In terms of like groups
like
or how many?
if the couple give you a shot list of like photos that they want to achieve, like do you like those? Do you think
I'm fine
good
with
idea,
it?
not a good idea?
Some photographers really hate it.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like, it's really like, well, you know, you're trusting me to do your wedding. I don't need to be told what to do. Like, you trust that I'm going to get it right, so I don't need a list. But I would much rather couples send it and me go, like, you know, some people put like me walking down the aisle.
Yeah, yeah.
First kiss.
Oh, yeah, that's
in
a bit
my
much.
mind, I'm like,
that's
it's just
standard.
standard.
Yeah.
But if it makes them feel better, they've sent the list.
And also, it's the first time they've ever done it, isn't it? So they're going to feel like actually that it might not be normal to ask for all these things. So that's good.
Yeah, so I'd much rather. Some people send over like shots they've seen on Pinterest, and as I always explain, I might not recreate it exact because obviously it's not my
different style.
Yeah, but it's nice to get a feel
of what they like.
Yeah, of what they're after and that sort.
What's the sweet spot for them? Like, what's the prime number that you think's good to have like shot lists for
the whole day?
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't really get shot lists as such. It's more just the couple shots that they kind of suggest. Group photos, I say like about 8.
Yeah, cool. That's good.
Not too, and like I always say that's like immediate family. So like parents, siblings, grandparents, and then like a couple of variations of the wedding party.
Yeah.
With friends, I say like we can do that in the moment. So if you're chatting to your friends, you can say, "Oh, Jodie, can we have a quick photo?"
Yeah, that's nice.
Drinks in hand, it's a lot more informal.
Yeah,
and it means the formal photos only take like 10-15 minutes. Because I'm very much about they're important, but you don't want to spend half an hour stood there.
No, exactly. How long do you think couples should be allowing for their drinks reception? Because I had this question the other day from a couple who were asking what time I'd recommend for ceremony, and I said, well, you've got to think, how many group shots do you want in that drinks reception? How much time do you want just to mingle? Are you going to go off to do any couples photos? Like, what do you think's a good amount of time for drinks reception?
Normally about an hour and a half to an hour. If you're all at one venue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an hour and a half to an hour and 45. Because the photographer in that time has to get organise the confetti. Then obviously you've got to have some time to do natural shots of like the couple greeting all the guests. Then you've got to do the group shots. Then you've got to go off and photograph the wedding breakfast room, like the dining room before anyone goes in. Then you've got to do couples portraits. So for the photographer, that's like
like that is cramming it in, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the busiest section of the day. Couple shots I normally leave till right before dinner, so the couple go and check the dining room at the venue, and then I take them off, so that at that point all the guests then go in and sit down. The couple don't miss anything because their guests are just going to find where they're sitting, going to the toilet,
sitting down, stuff like that. Yeah.
And then the grounds are quieter outside as well. So by the time we've kind of done the couple shots, everyone has been called in and sat down. They come back in and then they get announced straight in. So
yeah, that's a good time.
I don't take them off peak drinks reception time. I take them off at a point where guests aren't really going to notice they've gone.
Yeah.
Because photography is important, but it should slot in with the day and not take over.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's their day. It's not the photographer's day.
Just documenting it effectively.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I think that's the thing, especially when you've got your kind of style that is that more natural. Like you say, you're actually capturing the day as it unfolds, rather than setting up those kind of dictated shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if people are thinking, right, I want to go for a photographer, and I, you know, I'm not too fussed about posed photos, where do they start? Because there are so many photographers out there, so many incredibly talented photographers.
Yeah.
Like, how do they narrow that down?
I think it's definitely how you feel with the photographer. It's difficult because obviously from my side, I do what I do, and I don't quite always see what makes me different from other people.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there are so many talented photographers, but it's definitely much a feel you get from that photographer, I think, and the imagery, and I think it needs to jump out to you and for you to go, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Like, you know, and ask photographers to see full galleries so you can see, you know, all 600, 800 images. So you can see like a full story.
That's a good idea.
Because especially with Instagram, you know, you can see like
it's their
shots.
best bits, isn't it?
The favourite ones.
Yeah.
It's, what did you say, the highlight reel?
Yeah, highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true.
Of the whole day.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because when we do our yearly happy anniversary post, there's like the same 5 or 6 images that I absolutely love from our wedding day that I use all the time.
Yeah.
But actually, like you say, they're just a snapshot of the whole day. So that is such a good idea, making sure that they're capturing all that kind of in between times too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really nice. So have you got any weddings that have really stood out to you that you've been like, yeah, that was an absolute banger?
Or any cool things at weddings that you're like, that was cool?
I do like a good party.
Yeah.
Do you?
What makes a good party from a photographer's point of view?
Well, your wedding day is the best party you're ever going to throw. So in my opinion, it's basically food, drink, entertainment.
Yeah.
And entertainment, I think, is a massive factor. So some weddings I've been to, they've had like live music during the drinks reception, but then it's also continued during dinner.
Nice.
Which I think some people either love or hate.
Yeah.
Because some people want like a quieter dinner where people can talk. Others just want a party.
Yeah.
And one wedding in particular, which I still love sharing on social, like they had a band during dinner and dessert was coming out and no one cared. They were on chairs, dancing.
That's cool.
Like, it was wild.
That's awesome.
Normally during dinner, that's kind of when I take my break. But I knew with this wedding, like
it was going to be wild.
It was going to be wild. So I stayed for the whole dinner because I was just like, they're going to just party hard.
I bet the venue hated it.
I imagine serving the food did look really.
God's sake, sit down.
Yeah, no, they were on chairs, dancing, singing. It was epic. And then they went through into the party. It just continued.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I do love a good party.
Oh yes, and you wanted to talk about supply meals, didn't you?
Yeah. So I saw something the other day. Basically, I had to reply to a comment or a TikTok from a bride. She was saying she doesn't understand why she has to pay for a photographer's supplier meal.
Yeah.
Would you mind just elaborating? Make it nice and clear. No miscommunication for anyone.
I do understand it. Like, you know, like you said, it's I go to work and I don't get
That's
fed
exactly
by
what
my
she was
employer,
saying.
so
Yeah.
Why would I have to provide it for my photographer?
Yeah.
It is a very, very long day, and chances are we start at like mid-morning. So we've had breakfast, we've driven, and we don't then stop until 4:00. So technically, we've skipped lunch.
Lunch break. Yeah.
Is 4:00. So it basically does refuel us. Like having a proper cooked, and it is, I only ask for like a main meal, and normally the venue do the same main meal as everybody else because it's easy for the kitchen.
Yeah.
But that does refuel me for the rest of the day. And if it's a really hot day, if I did a packed lunch, it's just going to be sat in the car all day getting hot.
Sweaty sandwiches.
It's not.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. Like some venues are quite funny about putting supplier food in certain fridges because of food hygiene. That's one thing.
Yeah.
The other thing I said was like for me as a hairstylist, I'm still there like 8-10 hours sometimes. I do bring my own, but it is lovely to be considered because like we don't stop for a lunch break, whereas if you're in a regular working day, you would get that lunch slot.
Yeah. Do you get like a snack bag?
Sometimes. Sometimes that's really nice.
Yeah, snack bags now, which is really kind.
But normally, like, they're eating pastries and fruit and stuff anyway. And, like, if they say, help yourself, I've catered for you, then that's really, really kind. So, but yeah, I try not to eat too many pastries through wedding season because otherwise I end up like 50 stone at the end of it.
If you don't need to worry about that. But that's the thing, I think, exactly like you say, if you're fueled, you're going to be a better photographer. Because you're going to have more energy, you're going to be able to get better
basics,
photos.
Isn't it?
And it's just time, isn't it, I suppose, as well, because you're eating when they're sat down eating.
Yeah.
So it just means that, like, you're not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
That's, could be unless they're having a party.
And then you do miss your lunch and go and do that instead.
Yeah. But some venues do cater just regardless.
Yeah.
Coombe Lodge in Somerset and their sister venues, they're really good. Every time I've been there, they've given me 3 courses.
Oh, amazing.
They don't question it. They just
you did at Blackwell, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, because remember we were trying to work out if it was triple pie or not.
Triple pie meal, yeah.
Podcast. Because they had a pie for dinner and a pie for dessert, and I swore it was a pie for start, but it wasn't. It was double pie. But yeah, that's the thing. I think it's just if a venue go, here you go, you're gonna have, what everyone else is having. But when they come out with it, oh my God, like it's only if I'm staying as MC. I won't do it if I'm just doing the ceremony. But if I'm staying as MC, obviously I'm there to the first dance. So the same, I tend to have a supply meal. And all of our faces when the chef comes out or the waitress comes out or waiter or whatever, it's like, oh my God,
like Christmas.
Yes, yeah. Because you do get starving. I think you get more hungry on a wedding day because of the adrenaline of everything.
Yeah, it's not just the physical. Your brain is just for photography. You're constantly switched on.
Yeah.
So it's not just the physical side, it's the mental side. So having a good feed is, does
definitely better than sweaty sandwiches from the car.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, definitely.
And it's quite nice because that bit's where we always have a little debrief. Like, I love it when I'll sit with the photographer or, videographer, content creator, whoever they've got, and we'll all sit down and be like, oh my God, and what about that happened? And what about that? And I'm looking forward to this. And it's always a good part
cute.
of it. Yeah,
love
it's
that.
Nice. But those snack bags, I do love the look of them.
Yeah, like it's really, really nice because I normally like get into the car at like lunchtime and I'm like absolutely ravenous because I've been going since like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, you skip breakfast because by the time I get in the car, like I don't want to eat at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I get there and it's like constantly like back to back. And then you stop and you're
your
like,
priority
oh my God.
isn't eating.
No.
It's you're there for the couple.
Yeah.
So you just crack on
100%.
and then suddenly you're like, oh, it's been like 5 hours.
We're walking down the aisle now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what about just thinking about ceremony specifically? In the ceremony, what do you think people need to think about for their photos? So obviously things like the floral backdrop, stuff like that, but space maybe as well. Are there any things that you need to think about to get the best photos out of your ceremony?
Yeah, definitely having space, and obviously daylight is, great.
Yeah.
But having space definitely helps us move a little bit and get a better angle, because you can't help where the best man stands. Most people obviously say, like registrar says, or step back, but some don't, and then the best man's blocking the view. So if there's a bit of space to maneuver and be discreet, then definitely.
Are we over mid-aisle dipping?
I'm all about the natural. I like one dip, I think, either aisle or confetti.
Okay.
But not
both.
Not both.
Yeah, I feel like it's trying it back too hard.
I feel like this. I feel like we've like done it now. Do you know what I mean? I've seen too many pictures.
I also feel like
the
dip was a novelty for such a long time.
Yeah.
But then actually, like you say, if you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, and also if you're doing it and then overthinking that and not actually just enjoying the moment and instead looking really awkward.
That's the thing, isn't
it?
The first few photos, they're kind of like, especially
shit,
the groom, it's
shit,
like,
I've got to do it, I've got to dip. Yeah.
So that's wasted.
Yeah.
The dip then doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then it's oh God, I failed the dip for the rest of, and then you're like, the whole thing is,
so you've wasted the whole thing.
Yeah. Whereas if you just walk down and
or stop and do a little kiss or something in the middle. Don't have to do a dip.
I love a kiss.
Yeah.
I do like the dips when they work and it feels natural, like you say, and they
really
look
got
lovely.
You've really got to smash it. And,
when you
it's
feel
never
natural, I think and that moment as well, when you're, it's the end of the ceremony and you're just, you want
everyone
give
to
it
go
up
nuts.
for Laura and Katie. It's like, oh my God, and everyone's like, woo, and they're like going crazy, and it's the best part, and that feeling and all that love, just everyone cheering, and it's the best.
You don't want to be lost.
You don't need to be dipping.
I've got to do a dip. I've got to do for the photo. Live in the moment.
If it feels right, or maybe do the dip later on in your couple's photos.
That's when we did our dip.
Time to do it. Good idea.
I was dipping back in 2020.
Yeah, I was in 2017.
Yeah.
We dipped then, but we didn't know what a dip was.
No, I had to ask my photographer. She's like, just sort of a bit like this. You put your knee out and then he sort of like flips you over it. I'm like, okay, we'll give it a go.
Our photographer said to Jonathan, he was like, can you do a dip? And Jonathan was like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like this. It was like, okay, we'll do a dip.
Yeah, I think dipping's done.
Yeah.
Let's do other celebrations in mid aisle.
High fives.
Yeah.
Walk down the aisle.
Or like a fun handshake or something.
What's the chest bump where you jump in the air and do that? Let's see more of them this year. That's what we want for 2026.
Chest bumping,
We're going with the dips.
I love it when brides like kind of whoop and then they've got the
my sister that
bardos.
Yes, and then they pop off and then you get them going like, oh my God. Yeah. I love that. That's funny.
That's what we need, some more of them.
Yeah.
Jumping high fives.
Chest bumping.
And then question from me, another ceremony one, but confetti. Now, I always encourage my couples to have confetti separately after the ceremony.
Yeah.
But some of them like to have it as they leave the ceremony. Now, do you think, because for me, I always think that is lovely. Again, that natural organic feeling is nice because as you're leaving, people are all excited. However,
you can't clap.
You can't clap if you're holding confetti. Absolutely. If you've got rows of 4 or 5 or 6, the people on the ends can't reach you. So then it just gets like kind of lost. The aisle isn't really like a big long confetti tunnel. But, some people are insistent on it. What's your kind of thoughts on it?
I think if you're quite a shy couple, it's good to do it in that moment.
Yes,
And if you're very much going for the laid back, chilled, where you don't want to be telling your guests to do lots of things, and you just kind of want it very low key and not a lot of eyes or attention on you, then kind of I think in that moment, and it doesn't matter so much if, you know, it's not everybody, and but to me it's 2 photo ops, and quite natural photo ops. It's still got that natural feel coming down the aisle. It's like you said, the clapping and I think if you can't clap, there's not that real sense of celebration.
That's
and then
true.
It is nice to then reset for the confetti, just so it is another photo op. And obviously they're normally in a different location, and like you said, then you can do a dip with confetti and things like that. So,
and that's then your entrance into your drinks reception then, I think, rather than it just being like, oh, we've all got here at the same time. It's a bit like all the guests come and then the couple get to come back out again as like the little entrance. Is quite nice, because
if you don't do confetti straight after ceremony, like you said, all the guests have kind of maybe filtered outside, and then the couple just kind of just walk out.
Exactly. I think it's quite nice, because I've had a few couples who have wanted to do it at the end of the ceremony, which is fine, but then I've told the photographer we're doing that, and then sometimes the photographer has still wanted to get that tunnel. So we've then got to the end of the ceremony. I've asked everyone to be upstanding and make the tunnel. And then we wait, and then it gives like a minute or two. It kills the vibe a little bit before we then, obviously then the vibes then back up when they go back down. But if it's then trying to bolt that tunnel straight onto the end of the ceremony, it can kill it a little bit. Whereas exactly like you say, if you have those 2 moments, then when they're leaving, it's a great moment anyway, and it's so up and exciting, and then afterwards they can then have a separate confetti one.
I normally do a big group shot of everybody if I can, straight after confetti. So
love that.
As the guests come out, the photographer's I've got their attention, I can line everyone up, and then once we've done confetti, I can say, right, we're going to do a quick group photo of everyone before drinks are served, and you've kind of still got everyone's attention. Again, you can get that done and dusted. And then everyone can have their drinks and relax. Go off and start chatting. That's
good. The amount of people that are missing from our group photo because we didn't do it like
straight away.
We didn't do it straight away. And we had the confetti going up the aisle because we didn't really think about it. Like I say, 2017, it was before I started working in weddings, so I didn't think about having the big confetti
We
shot.
never had a big group photo.
No, see, we did it afterwards, and there's hardly any, so many people
we didn't do any.
I think it's worth doing, especially if you try and keep the groups down. It means you do have a shot of everybody. You know, like it's almost like tick. We have that photo of Auntie so and so.
It's so nice, and that's in our kitchen. Well, kitchen diner bit, like we've got it down the end, but we've got that big picture of everyone. And that's one of my favourite. But it is so funny when we go through and we're like, oh, where's my brother-in-law? Or
at the bar.
Where's my sister? Where's Uncle Dave? Like, you know, like you're trying to find people like they're not there. So like you say, that's a really good time to do it. And then you know that you've got everyone.
So Jodie, that's all from us for our questions, but we've got one more from this week's Toss the Bouquet.
No pressure.
And this season's bouquet is sponsored by Cara Mira Venue Styling, bespoke venue styling that brings your love story to life.
Yeah, beautiful. Right, Rich is going to be the bride and toss the bouquet.
1, 2, 3. Hey!
Good catch.
Here we go. What's your biggest wedding ick?
Oh,
it's a good one.
Great question.
Can I say there's a few?
Yeah, go for it.
Do. Give us a top 10 like it's the trap.
Yeah. In a 10, we have.
Which one should I go with? Mine probably is, and this is for pretty much all guys. It's the stitch on the back of their suits.
They don't undo it.
They don't realise that you have to undo that.
Oh,
Rich is guilty of that. He's shaking his
head. So it drives me nuts.
Yes.
And suits don't hang properly if you've got your hands in your pockets, and they just don't. So I always
cut that out, everyone.
Like sometimes I've been walking to the ceremony room and all the groomsmen have still got, so I'm literally there like, guys, need to take that out, and they're like, oh, how? So I'm literally there doing it for them.
Oh my god!
But so many guests do as well.
Yeah,
new suits, If
always take scissors to a wedding day. I've never been to a wedding and not
used same.
Every wedding day I've used them.
But that's probably one of my little.
That's
funny. A good one. Any others? Because you said you got a few.
I don't know which one to go with. As a photographer, I think it's difficult.
You probably see loads.
I think as a photographer, it's sometimes being told how to do my job.
Oh yeah,
from
that.
Uncle Dave.
Absolutely, yeah, Uncle Dave's there.
Which I get, everyone has their own, thing. But yeah, sometimes that can be a bit frustrating. That can be a bit of an ick for me.
And do you get loads of people telling you, "Oh, I do photography"?
Yeah, which I don't mind, because I'm a lot of people come up to me, but I don't know whether it's because I think some older relatives find it difficult to still see a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like 80% are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when I first started photography, I was 20. So I would show up to a wedding and I would get like, oh, you're the photographer.
You really? Yeah.
Well, you're young and you're a woman.
Yeah.
A lot of that has gone now,
Yeah,
but there's still
good.
some. And the question is always, is this your full-time job?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Why do they always think that we're part-time?
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
It's so much fun.
Because, hair and makeup is just a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, photography.
I can't make a living out of it.
No, you can't make a living out of it, apparently.
Writing scripts is just for fun.
Yeah. But this is why I think, because they are like, it does look so much fun. So surely this isn't your job.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, yeah, trust me, it is.
Yeah, we get to go to weddings every weekend.
Yeah,
that can't be a job. It's way too fun.
Way too fun.
That's what it is. Yeah, they're gel.
Yeah. No, I had never looked at it that way yet.
Yeah, that is 100% it. But yeah, you always get that question, is it full time?
Yeah.
Do you ever work with a second tutor or not really?
I do sometimes. I get asked this quite a lot by some like potential couples, and but I'm a bit of a perfectionist and a control freak, so I'd much rather run around.
Yeah.
And work my butt off to get everything and know that I've got it and I can go home knowing that the couples are gonna be happy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes people have wanted like, oh, I'd like the confetti shot from behind as well as in front, and I physically can't do that. Same for walking up the aisle. I can get groom's reaction and the bride coming down, but if a bride wants like a behind dress shot going down the aisle, again, I physically can't do that.
Yeah.
So that's when it comes in handy. Or like when there's over 100 guests, that's quite a lot of ground to cover. So sometimes I will recommend it for like massive weddings.
Yeah.
Just so that you've got more shots of like all the guests and things like that.
That's good.
But
do you have like a few that you work with that you love?
Yeah. Trust is like a massive thing for me.
Yeah, same.
They need to be like serious about what they do. Yeah. And I know that they're not, even if they're a bit poorly, that they'll still show up and carry on.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I've got cold.
Same. Like got a few bridal hairstylists that I'm like, I know I can rely on you, and you're not going to let me down.
Yeah, that's a massive
happened
thing.
a couple
with the wedding
times.
day, there's no letting anyone down.
No.
We rock up on our deathbeds.
Yeah,
it's just written in the contract.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Oh, well, Jodie, thank you so much.
Where can everyone find you before we?
Jodie Hurd, Hurd Photography.
Lovely.
Have to spell it.
Lovely stuff.
On
that's you everywhere,
Instagram.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you on TikTok?
I am, but I need to try harder.
That's so
we're all the same.
Sorry, Gen Zers, we're not very good at this yet. We're trying.
I know. I don't know.
Sus millennials, isn't it? We're getting there. We're getting there, I promise.
We are getting there. We're trying. Right, I've got a bit of nuptial news for you. This is a bit of a talking point. So this is from an ex-Miss Universe.
Oh.
Her name is Rosanna Purcell. She's an Irish model and TV personality, but she has basically said she's done a big viral TikTok that's saying that guests shouldn't feel obligated to bring wedding gifts on top of travel, outfits and hotel costs. She says that coming to your wedding is enough of a gift, and there shouldn't be the expectation to give cash in envelopes at weddings. She thinks we should all go back to the traditional gift registries where guests can choose something from within their budget instead of feeling pressured to hand over money. What do you guys think?
I kind of feel like I agree with her.
Yeah, I do like a gift
I feel
registry.
like, or even like a honeymoon list.
Yeah,
like if you want to donate a bit of money to a honeymoon, then that's great. Or because you can do things like pay for like a specific experience for them to do on their honeymoon, which is quite cool. But I kind of feel like that.
But I also think I've got a couple who their wedding's in April, and they sent me the link to their wedding website, and they've got a gift registry on there. And you know what? I love it because they've got Le Creuset pots.
Yeah,
They've
things
got
that they like would never buy themselves.
really bougie wine glasses. They've got, you know, like a really posh air fryer, you know, but there's stuff like that. Like there's the things that you go around John Lewis and you're like, lovely. Or you go pop down to Selfridges and pick some stuff that you wouldn't actually go and spend yourself.
Yeah, but it was
so refreshing to see it.
Yeah, but I also, the other issue is nowadays everything's so expensive. Can people afford to like actually specifically buy a certain thing? Or whether it's better just to put, I don't know, a certain amount that they can afford. And then it's like, how much is enough, you know? Yeah,
that's the thing. And then it's always that, isn't it? It's like if you're full day. I think we haven't been to weddings in absolutely ages as guests. But we were like there's a certain amount that you think, right, well, that's acceptable for full day. And then that's acceptable for evening. Yeah. That's acceptable for family. You know, it's quite a lot when you have to think about the monetary thing.
Yeah. What do you think, Jodie?
I definitely think the cost of weddings,
it's astronomical now, isn't it?
Travel, accommodation, your outfit.
For a guest, yeah.
For a guest, and then a gift on top. I've had some, not like close friends, but like wider group of friends. Some of their bridesmaids haven't been able to afford to even go on the hen do because they're like, I've got so many weddings to go to this year. Or I'm bridesmaid for like 3 people this year. Yeah. I can't go on one hen do and not go on the other, so I'm just not going on any.
That's the thing, isn't it? If they're going abroad and stuff, it's you're going to drop £1,000.
Yeah, easy.
For a hen do.
Yeah, so I think like you should. It's difficult, isn't it? As a guest, you feel you're obligated to give a gift, but realistically, you know, you shouldn't have to feel.
No, exactly.
Like for me, it is about the people, and it's just having those that you love there. I'd much rather that than people feel pressured to go and buy something.
And of course, people put the poem in that's like, your presence is enough, but please give us cash because
we want the money, honey.
Yeah, that is the thing. But I think as well, when you're the one getting married, you think,
like, oh, the wedding's costing so much.
All that money can go towards the honeymoon. You can't help it. That is what you think.
Exactly. So I can see it from both sides.
But I do like the thought of getting someone a quirky salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah,
I feel like those days are gone.
It's
People
when
don't really do those.
All the cheaper options have gone really early.
Really quick. Yeah,
and then you're left with the really expensive ones.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it's because people move in now. Like it was back in the day, wasn't it? Like, oh, let's get you all the things for your first home. But people are living together and having babies and stuff before.
That's it.
Marriage.
Yeah, but I do think some bougie plates I'd quite like. Give my little homeware a glow up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
Wedding whisper.
I've coordinated over 300 weddings, and I thought I'd seen everything until the day the groom vanished.
What?
It was a beautiful vineyard wedding, 2 hours before the ceremony. Vendors are arriving, florals are being placed, the bride is upstairs sipping champagne. I go looking for the groom to line up timelines. He's not in the groom's suite, not in the bathroom, not outside, not answering his phone.
Oh, God.
At first, everyone laughs. Oh, classic nerves. 20 minutes pass, then 30. Now his best man is pale. His phone is going straight to voicemail. The bride doesn't know yet. The officiant's asking questions. Guests are arriving. We're officially in oh shit territory.
Oh, God. Where is it?
Finally, I call the last number he texted. She got his phone then. A very confused tow truck driver answers. Turns out the groom had gone for a quick drive to calm his nerves, but he drove into a ditch. Not a crash, just gently stuck. His car couldn't move. His phone, no signal. He walked to the nearest petrol station he had passed on the way in to call a tow truck. We found him 45 minutes before the ceremony, dusty, stressed and being dropped off by a man who did not expect to be part of a wedding that day. The groom walked down the aisle 10 minutes late. The bride never knew. At the reception, the best man toasted. Let's all appreciate that Ben travelled through both love and roadside assistance to be here today.
Oh, that's stressful.
That is pretty stressful.
That's stressing Jasper out as well. He's
Jasper's
like,
gone.
That one.
Oh, buddy, I know. We don't want that, do we?
That is really stressful.
Oh, God, that's like the last thing you want, isn't it, on your wedding morning?
Don't go for a drive. Just go on a walk.
Just go for a walk with a friend.
And take someone with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That poor best man.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like I failed. I've not done my job.
Oh my God, that's just the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, horrible.
Imagine?
Not good.
Thank God nobody ever knew about it though, and he was only there 10 minutes late. But those 10 minutes would have been horrible. Oh Jesus.
Oh God,
well,
Jodie, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jodie. You've been fabulous.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Thanks for coming.
Loved it.
Yay.
Cheers, Jodie.